Hey everyone, welcome to the Sylvania Football Show. I'm the Howie Chaney along with Coach Tanner Nelson. Coach Nelson, welcome to the show as always.
Thank you. Glad to be here tonight.
Coming off a big win at Whitesburg Christian. Well, let's rephrase that. Beating Whitesburg Christian, but at Gurley Middle School. So a big win, 49-21 over them, and seemed like a pretty good all-around night for the Sylvania football team.
Yeah, we played good. Really started well. Kind of got flat there in the second quarter, but kind of picked it back up there in the third, and we got some of our younger guys in there for us. So overall, a pretty good night for us.
Yeah, it's the one thing that still seems like it's plaguing the Sylvania football team is penalties, and I know you work on that every week, but what what are you trying to do, or what? I really don't know how to ask the question. How are you trying to fix this problem? I guess is the
It
best way
just
to
goes
ask it.
back to focus and the small details throughout the week, and you gotta do all the small stuff correctly, and then Friday night, hopefully we can cut some of them penalties out. You're going to have penalties. That's part of the game, but we have to really eliminate a majority of them, or we're going to, you know, continue to in some of these bigger games we got coming up. We're going to struggle. You can't beat some of these teams we got coming up with all these penalties. And that was our message to the team this week, and we've had a pretty good Monday and Tuesday. Hopefully we've got most of that stuff cleaned up. Really focused on the small details and make sure everybody understands kind of what a mess up, a penalty, or something late in the game, a crucial point in the game, what that can do, that can cause us to possibly get beat. So we have to really clean all that up and really just get ready for Friday against a good Plainview team.
Yeah, you had a few words with the official as well, so you got one as well, but it was more to let your team know that you're standing up for them and fighting for them as well. Because I'm not saying that Sylvania didn't commit any penalties, but some of those were kind of possibly ticky tack penalties.
Well, one or two of them, and also if you go back and look on the opposite side of that, we could have had five or six more that just wasn't called. So, you know, yeah, I don't know about all that, but we have to control what we can control, and we have to, whether we're blocking, we have to block correctly. We can't let our feet get slow and all that. So we've really worked on all that, trying to clean that stuff up, and offsides and false starts. That just goes back to focus. That's all that is focus, and we got to continue to work and continue to improve. Like I said, because we got a tough stretch of games coming up, and we can't afford to have uh, crucial penalties in the game that's going to cause us to get beat just because of the focus ain't there or not doing the small things correctly throughout the game. So we got to be better, and as a coaching staff, we got to do a better job of really stressing the small details throughout the day. And so far, like I said, we've had we've had 2 good days. So we still have Wednesday and Thursday before we play Friday. So we still have some time to continue to improve on a couple things. And but we'll see what happens come Friday.
So let's go back to Friday night, talk about the game a little bit. You came out air Rams basically as far as passing the ball around, and there was some indication that you was wanting to do that to try to get Griffin a little bit more comfortable with passing the ball and try to get more into the pass blocking scheme and all that. How do you feel like you did on that?
Well, we went 10 for 12. So overall, from that part of it, pretty good night. Uh, so we have to continue to, it goes back to we have to be a balanced team in order to win some of these games. You can't just say, well, we're going to go all out on the run and it really give ourselves a chance to win because, you know, they're going to load the box up and we got to be able to throw the ball some. And I think overall we've done a pretty good job. We've had 2 good days. We've thrown the ball well and caught the ball, and we just have to continue to improve in certain areas. And I think Griffin's had a really good past couple of weeks. Started the year kind of slow, and that I thought that was really on me. I kind of put him in a couple of bad situations early, and so I think he's really had a pretty good, really past couple of weeks, and 10 for 12, and it's last week, and so we're excited to come Friday and give him another chance to really to improve and continue to build on what he's already done. So we're just excited for the growth, and really everybody up front, that line, thought the line played really well. Really gives him plenty of time. He gives Aiden opens up a lot of holes for him. So we just need our line, and everybody's got to start coming together. And we got going back to injuries. We have to. Everybody, we got a couple of guys still kind of beat up, but we're starting to get a couple of them guys back, and who can contribute and do what we need them to do. So hopefully we're about to start hitting our stretch. When we get in this tight, really good, really good run we got coming up of games. A couple bad things happen here, bad plays in a row. I mean, it can go south in a hurry. So we just have to be ready. And Finn's done a really good job controlling this team, being a leader, and all that kind of stuff, what we ask of him. So we're just excited for him, and really this offense to continue to improve on stuff that we have to do better at. And there ain't no secret. Every day we got stuff cleaned up and stuff we have to get better at.
And talking about the passing game, did real well, but also when you wanted to run the ball, you ran the ball. And Aiden had I don't know what the final stat line was, but it seemed like he had a really good game. 5 or 6 touchdowns and probably a couple hundred yards, if I had to guess.
Yeah, he had 6 touchdowns and 313 rushing yards. But some of them is on penalties, because we were back a couple times where it's 1st and 25, and then we got 2nd and 30, and then so some of that stuff just goes back to penalties. It's hard to do some stuff we want to do when we're backed up a lot, and then you almost 2nd down. You got to try to, your game plan is try to get back to 3rd and somewhere 3rd and 6 or 7. So I mean that's pretty much another wasted play instead of trying to get a 1st down. So then you leave yourself 3rd and 6 or 7, and then that then that's almost another throwing down right there. So we just have to do better at giving our offense an easier chance of picking up a 1st down, because every time they're big up front, and they're going to be very well coached, and they're going to do all that kind of stuff correctly. So we just have to do a really good job of doing our assignments and doing what we're coached to do. And if we do that, hopefully things will turn out right.
Swap over to the defensive side. It seemed like the defensive line did their job as far as kind of holding their own, holding their ground. They did get loose a couple of times, but that quarterback for Whitesburg could actually throw the ball pretty well. Did you see that on film as well, expecting him to throw it that well?
Yeah, he's thrown the ball well past couple of years. He does a really good ball. He threw 2 or 3 balls that were just, our DB's right there. He just put it in the right spot, and we just made the tackle, and it was up 28-0, and they were punting the ball. We got 4 guys meet the punter in the backfield, and next thing I know, he's running down the sideline. So, I don't know what. We still don't really know what happened there, but I think it kind of goes back to the small details. Nobody heard a whistle, and one of them said they thought they heard a whistle, and one thought this other one was going to tackle him, and so we got to be better at that. We have to tackle him. We can't allow for they went down and scored right there. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you have plays like that. They're going to end up scoring at some point down there. So we have to eliminate that, and just do a better job of everybody flying to the football and doing what you're coached to do. Our defense staff, they do a very good job of making sure these guys know what's going on, where to be. So just doing what you're coached to do and making plays when there's a chance to be a play made. So, like I said, we're excited to, have another week to prepare and, clean up stuff and build on what we're doing. But, overall, I thought defense played well other than just a couple plays there. And, like I said, them couple plays, you go into Friday night and you do make the same mistakes, the outcome may be different. So we have to overall be better and continue to improve.
So we spoke on the offensive side about the penalties kind of setting them back a little bit. On the defensive side, not really penalties, but it's setting the edge. It seems like is a little bit of the issue that you're having on the defensive side, being able to set that edge and turning the runner back up into the middle where they got more help. And I'm sure that's something y'all have worked on all week.
Yeah, we worked on it, a good bit past day or two, but it goes back to focus and do your assignment, do what you're coached to do, and some of that, you get bored. They run away. But the next thing you know, if you're not where you're supposed to be, here comes something back your way. So, you have to, you can't worry about trying to do too much because, when you're trying to do too much, that's when a big play happens. You have to, if you're that contained guy, you got somebody else fitting on it, and you got to trust that guy to be there and make that play. And, especially this week, Plainview, they do a lot of great things, and they're kind of multiple offensively. They're going to give us a lot of different formations, and so we got to be ready to go and ready to make plays, and we can't allow them to extend a play or have a big play just from not being able to contain and do what we're coached to do.
I know one thing that I heard Coach Little stress a lot on the sideline was trusting yourself, trusting the system. That seemed like some of the players not trusting in themselves and knowing what to do. How do you go about making them trust in themselves?
But it just goes back to every day you come in and you're asking questions. If you don't understand something during practice, that's the time to ask it. Ask it right then, and that's what we tell them all the time. There ain't no dumb questions. If you don't understand something, ask it. We want you to know it on Monday, so when Friday gets here, you're not having to think a lot. You're able to go play because you've seen this. We've talked about it. You're able to go make a play happen. So, it just really goes back to whether in the film room or your practice field or whatever, walk through, whatever we're doing. If you got questions, ask and be comfortable in what you're doing. And, we have a great plan every week. We spend a lot of hours building that plan to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, where they're supposed to be. And so, we're just that the biggest thing is just trust in your practice throughout the week and be it. So when Friday gets there, you're not having to think, you're able to just react and go make plays. And, we'll after that, we'll live whatever happens. If you're flying around and doing stuff correctly and, stuff is going to happen, and we just have to be prepared when it does happen. And, just to be able to, as a coaching staff, it's just the main thing is just get putting the guys in the right position to be able to go out there and make plays. So after that, we kind of see what happens, and hopefully the work we put in is enough each week.
We've talked about the offense, defense. We've talked a little bit about special teams. Connor had one punt, pretty good punt, best I remember, because it was a 4th and forever, and he actually punted to a first down at least. So that was, that's a plus. And kickoffs, it's got to be great knowing that majority of the time when he kicks off, the opposing team's going to start at the 20 because he's getting it in the end zone most of the time.
Yeah, he's done a great job for us. He works hard at it, and he's continued to improve. And like really many things we talk about, he started the year off kind of slow and not really trusting what he was doing, but we've really worked hard on him, and really put our trust in him, and he's really played well past couple weeks and punted and kicked, and he's really punted well so far this week. He's kicked well, and we just really expect him to continue to improve and continue to get better. And who knows? Friday night when it's game on the line, 2 or 3 seconds on the clock, and we run him out there, kick that game-winning field goal, and we know we have confidence in him, and we trust him to go out there and make it. And and we really believe that. That's not so we'll continue to improve, and he just got to all the special teams guys, they got to be doing their assignments, and and just we'll see what happens after that. But overall, pretty good week from them. Nothing too crazy, but it was a pretty slow night, really, on special teams. So overall, a pretty good night.
So we were talking, me and you were talking before the game started or during warm-ups, and you said, you may not be able to be here tonight depending on how many more golf balls you find on the field. And if one of the kids end up stepping on it and twisting an ankle or something, you was going to go off on somebody. But what was the final count on golf balls found on the field before the game started?
I picked 6 up. I think it was around 10 that we picked up. So I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if somebody snuck out there, but that's not really. I mean, it's one of them things where I don't really know. I don't really. How do you respond to that? I mean, that's not something you arrive, and hey, here's a golf ball in the field, and then you walk around and you pick 5 or 6 more up. So it's one of them things that I guess we can just, nobody got hurt, so we can tell stories about that in the future. And but we're just glad nobody got hurt, and I don't know really. Other than that, we're just glad nobody got hurt. So
Absolutely,
it was a good night from that point of it. From really no injuries.
Yeah. SRO John Sales sends us a question. Won't know if we miss him yet. We didn't even know he wasn't here. So I guess it's hard to miss him when we don't know he's not there. So, Coach, this is going to be your first Sylvania Plainview game. Big rivalry between the two schools. What have you learned from it so far this week?
Well, I mean, it's, like any rival is, you got people who Friday night, they really don't like each other, and then Monday they'll be back friends, whatever that is. But, it's going to be hopefully a very good game. And, they're coached well, and I feel like we're coached well. So it's going to be 2 really good teams. And I know their record's not great, but they play some really good competition. So, it's going to be a good game for us, and we just got to go out and we got to play and we got to execute and really control what we can control, and really see what happens. Whenever that game ends, hopefully we're ahead and hopefully we get to win. And so that's our mindset, and we still have another day or 2 to get better and build on what we've already done so far this week, and just continue to improve. And it goes back to small details and making sure that we're prepared. And during Friday night, we're not asking a lot of questions. We're able to go out and fly around and make plays happen. So I think all the players and coaching staff and community and everybody, fans and everybody, we're just excited to Friday at 7:00. And it looks like the weather, and I'm sure it may be raining and wind and all that. So who really knows? But that's what we tell our players. The only thing we can only thing we can do is control what we can control. So we'll see we'll see how the weather is come Fridays, but we're just excited to get there and excited to have another chance to go out and compete and see what happens.
So with it being the Plainview Sylvania week and all that, have you been able to tell a difference in the players' attitudes or at practice and all that? Like it means a little bit more to them this week?
Well,
Not saying that every week don't mean something to them, but it's just that rivalry type deal.
Right. What they can't do is try to do stuff just because they're trying to do too much. They have to stay where they have to stay from assignment sound. They have to do what we're coaching them to do just because it's their buddy or they're trying to do this or whatever that looks like. They have to still do what we're trying to get them to do, and they can't. They may be talking Friday, and we can't get involved in all that, and so we'll. Yes to your answer. I think they are fired up just because they're buddies and they go to church together and they go. Some of our boys date some of their girls and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a rivalry, and I think everybody here is excited, excited come Friday and excited to kick it off.
So, being at school today, I know today was anything but a backpack day. So, what was the best one that you saw, if you saw any today, Coach?
Somebody had a dirt bike in the gym when I walked in. So I didn't really know what was going on. It was one of them things where I said, well, whatever, I guess. So I don't know if they drove it. I don't know what. I don't know. So I guess that was it. They had a dirt bike in there and they had a strap with their books and stuff on the seat. So there's the winner.
There you go. I know one of your players had anything but a backpack. I saw it posted on Facebook today where they had a guitar case with their books in the guitar case. So I'm sure you saw a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, we saw a couple of that and a couple, a couple of different things. Clothes basket, guitar case. You can just go on and on. It was just a little bit of everything.
All right, Coach, let's get into this coming week. You got Plainview, of course, you've already mentioned a couple of times. Normally this is a region game, but with Plainview going up to 4A this past year, it's always an important game, but not as important as it has been in the past because of them not being in the same region. But what do you expect to see from Plainview, offense and defense? So, if you will, let's start on the offensive side.
Well, they're going to do a little bit similar to what they have in the past, and they're going to try to spread you out some and throw the ball more. So if you ain't watched Plainview this year, they're going to be a little bit different than they have been, but it's still they're going to they got a couple good players. They quarterback's good, throws a good ball, running back runs hard. So they're going to be very well coached, and they're going to do what they're supposed to be doing, and they're not gonna hurt themselves. So it's one of the things where we have to stop them. We have to get them off the field and make them punt, and they're just not gonna just roll over. So we have to go out there and we have to make the plays happen, and we can't drop our head when there's a bad play because they're very, very capable of having a big play here and there. So we have to be able to really execute and you get back up when there's a big play, because at some point Friday night there's going to be a big play happen, and we got to be able to just wipe that off and go make the next one. So offensively they do a lot of great things, and very well coached, and they're going to be what they're going to be where they're supposed to be, and we got to be able to tackle them and really play with their receivers and get in that hip and be able to really just defend them.
So offensively, would you say I'm just throwing numbers out, and you can say if I'm close or not. You think there may be 60-40 run to pass?
I mean, somewhere 70-30, at most, we're probably 70-30,
Okay.
60-40. I mean, that may not be too far off, but, they a lot of quick stuff, and they try to get the ball in their playmakers' hands and let them go make plays. A lot of screens, a lot of quick stuff, which, they're very good at it because, they got a couple of playmakers who, you know, who can make plays with the ball in their hands. So, and they also throw the ball well downfield. So, I think they're, very balanced. If you try to take away the pass, they're going to run the ball on you. If you say we're going to load the box up, they're going to, they can get it over your head and make plays in the air. So, it's one of them type games where we have to be balanced and we have to, do our assignments and, make plays when there's a play to be made.
They run a lot of 12 personnel, or what is their main
Yeah,
thing?
you're gonna see a lot of different personnels. A couple tight ends, and they'll get in some. They'll take tight end out and get in some 10. They'll get in 11. So you're gonna see a lot of different things. They may even get two backs back there in the backfield. So we just have to be prepared for all that kind of stuff, and just continue to build on it and continue to improve, and just all that stuff that goes into Friday night, all that stuff throughout the week that that a lot of people don't see until Friday night. But we just have to continue to improve on all that to give ourselves a chance to win come Friday.
So we talk about their offense. Let's go over to the defensive side. What type of front do they run? What do you
Well,
kind of expect?
it's one of them things they've shown a lot of different fronts, so we can't say, well, we're definitely going to see this, we're going to see this. So our plan is, we've kind of worked a little bit of everything. So, we're ready when the game gets here. So, they're big up front, and we got to really block at them, and we got to get them turned because they're just not going to just fall down. So, that's why I tell our guys, they're not going to fall down. Anybody you play that's any good, there's, so we got to go at them, and we got to block, and we got to stay on our blocks when we get engaged. We past week or two, we've kind of been there, and then we just haven't. So we have to continue to improve up front and really block them hard, and linebackers that they get downhill and they're gonna put their helmet on you. So we have to be ready, and ball security and all that kind of stuff. Come Friday. So it's kind of wait and see kind of what they give us, and be prepared for it, and then go make plays.
At the media days, Coach Dale Pruitt wasn't able to be there. Him and his wife was off with some personal issues, but Coach Jeremy Pruitt was there, and of course he's over the defense, and he said he felt like he put too much on his players last year, but he said that he may not have to. He may be able to put the same amount on them this year because they're a year older and more used to it. So, could that be one of the reasons that they still just come out with so many different fronts and personnel on the defensive side?
Yeah, I mean I think they are a year older and a year bigger, and they've really worked hard in the weight room. So they've done a great job with them guys. So, it's they're coached well, and they're going to give us a lot of stuff, and we just have to be prepared for it, and then go make plays.
So you mentioned on their offensive side, the quarterback could throw the ball. Do you know who he is? Do you know
Yeah,
Plainview's quarterback who it is offhand?
you may just give you a couple of their receivers,
Yeah, that'd be great.
and all that.
Yeah,
The
right.
running back, or the quarterback's Trey Rutledge. Running backs Brody Hodges. Receiver Chris Sandlin. He's number 8. He's out there. He can take the top off the defense. They like to get the ball to him a good bit. Owen Hope, he's one of their better playmakers on the offense side of the ball. They're going to get a lot of quick game to him. So there's a lot of different, they got several guys who can go make plays happen. So, they're very well. They got several skilled guys, and they're big up front, and they're a couple of tight ends they got. So I mean they're gonna do some stuff right, and and they're gonna make plays, and we just have to be able to contain them, and hopefully we make more plays than they do.
Yeah, it's a big game. We can't emphasize it enough. It's not a region game like it has been in the past, but going into this game here, how do you prepare for not knowing what the weather's going to be like on Friday night?
Well, I mean, we do some wet ball stuff, and we practice all summer in the morning, so the balls are wet all summer. So we've done it all summer. So it's just have a plan, have a plan for whatever the weather gives us. Whether it may be windy, we may not be able to throw it, or it may be raining, or so we have to have a plan for all that kind of stuff, and just be ready to when we get there, see what's going on, and just be ready to execute.
So on the defensive side for Plainview, what can you name off a couple of their players that kind of stuck out to you on their film?
Yeah, they got several good players, on the defense side of the ball too. I mean, number 8, he's a very good player over there. He's gonna make plays happen. Whether they line him up at safety or outside backer, he's gonna make plays happen. Number 11, Cole Cooper, he's a more your interior linebacker, a first year guy, so you can tell he's still trying to pick up on stuff, but he plays very hard, and they got several guys. Number 20, Braden Langerfeld, he's outside backer. He's a good player for them. They're big up front. So Chris Sandlin, he's a corner. So they're Eli Sampson, he's the other corner. So I mean they got a couple guys in the secondary who can make plays happen. So we just have to be smart and know when to go at them, when not to. So that's kind of our game plan, kind of a little bit going in, is kind of know who they are and know kind of where we can go with the ball and when we need to run, when we need to throw. So a couple things like that, but we just continue to improve and continue for us to get better.
So we talked about the offense, we talked about the defense. How about Plainview special teams, kicker wise, punter wise, or are they pretty solid as well?
Yeah, they do some good stuff. You can tell they're not as good as they have been in the past kicking the ball, but he punts it down there good and kicks it off. So special teams wise, they're going to go make plays. They're going to make plays happen. So we just have to block them, and we can't have any turnovers. We bobbled a ball or two last week on punt return, and we can't have that this week. We got to catch everything clean. Even if we don't have a return, we got to have a good fair catch. Kicks the ball low, and so we can't have that. We got to be able to really play clean and do all that kind of stuff right.
So I know that you got 2 coaches on your staff that are from Plainview, Coach Willingham and Coach Hall. Have they said much to the players about what it means on the other side of the ball as far as from Plainview's perspective?
Well, I mean, a little bit, but it's really about what can we, we have to control what we can, we can't be worried about kind of what they're saying or all that. We just have to get better each day and be prepared come Friday. And after that, Friday, we're going to go out there and play and see what happens. So, it's a rival for both of us. And I think everybody's excited, just to kick it off Friday and see what happens. And whoever wins, I have bragging rights for a year. So it's one of them things where you want to be on the winning side of it. So you can, when you're talking to your buddy or whoever, you say, well, we have a year to talk about it and brag about it until we play again next year. So, a lot of stuff like that kind of goes on, but, we're just we're just excited, like I said, excited another chance to play and against good competition, and just continue to improve and get better, and kind of we're still trying to figure out kind of who we are. We don't really know who we are yet. Just some of that's due to a lot of injuries. So can get a couple guys back and really kind of get kind of where we're trying to go, and we need to be climbing that mountain. This about halfway through the year, so we need to be going up. So we gotta just kind of build on what we done the past couple weeks, and hopefully we're still climbing.
Coach, don't say that. Halfway through the season already, you're breaking hearts already, man. It seems like this season's just flown by already.
Yeah.
Got a question for you, talking about the season, all that. It's what's your biggest surprise you have seen in your inaugural season as a head coach?
Well, it's just I don't. I think it's just every day coming in just ready to work, and I don't really know what the biggest surprise will be, but I think it's just just every day we have to bring it. We push the coaching staff every day to bring it, and then they go out and push the players. So it's really goes back to work, and we just have to outwork everybody we play. There's several teams we play on our schedule who's got better athletes or more talented. So sometimes work will win you a game or two. So that's kind of what we tell them, and just go out and work, and hopefully we're more prepared than them come Friday.
Absolutely, and like can't emphasize enough, a big game for Savannah this coming week against Plainview, and I know you're expecting the weather permitting, and even if the weather's not permitting, a big crowd to show up on Savannah's side come Friday night.
Yeah, we need it. We need them. We need everybody behind us, and everybody showed up last week and was loud, and that was I thought they done an outstanding job, and that's kind of what we need again this week. So really want to thank them for coming to Whitesburg, and it's kind of about an hour from here, so they traveled well and they got there early, and they really made a difference in the game. So really thank them, and hopefully Friday we'll give them something to be proud of when we walk off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And for anybody that doesn't know, when Savannah plays a football game, there is a drone that flies in the end zone that films the game. So apparently Whitesburg has never saw that before for some reason, but the announcer was really excited about seeing that drone going up and down all night long, Coach. And who operates that drone for you?
Nick Bryant does all that drone. He's kind of over all that and kind of getting it to the iPads and stuff. And so, there's several guys over there trying, helping him and trying to make it easier on him. So, we thank all them guys for a lot of stuff really goes into, Friday nights to get everything set up and doing all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. If we try to just coach the staff, we just try to do that ourselves, it'd take all afternoon. We really have a lot of help, and that really makes all that easier for us.
So let's also give a few shout outs as well. You got some great ball boys that runs the ball in and out, take care of especially this past Friday night for the ones that wasn't there, in the direction that Savannah went most of the night when Connor was kicking the field goals. Not only was it going over a fence and over a road, sometimes it's going over two fences. And the ball boys did a great job as far as getting the ball back in and for him to use for kickoffs as well. So for me, and I know Coach Nelson appreciates it, hats off to those ball boys running ragged all night long.
Yeah, and then this will be them here in a couple of years. So, and then we'll have some more take their place. So, really thank them for, really coming and help us. And, it's I was a ball boy when I was their age. So, you kind of know what kind of goes into it. And, it's a fun thing to be over there and be with the varsity players and all that kind of stuff. So, really just give them guys something to look up to, and hope, as they most of them they all play on their, Pee Wee teams, and that's something they're gonna tell their buddies on Monday where well, so and so done this or whatever happened. So continue to be good role models for them guys, and really give them guys something to be proud of. When they go talk about it on Monday.
Yeah, give a couple more shout outs real quick, and then we'll let you get out here, Coach. Get ready for the game. I'm going to mess this up. I know I will. Is it the touchdown team? Is that you Water Girls?
Touchdown team. That Coach Mitchell, he's over them. He does a great job with them, and they're at every practice. They have her water, and they're at every game. So that's something we ain't got to worry about. They handle all that. They have everything packed up, and they load it up, and they pull it out to practice, and we're able to practice fast because we ain't got to take long during water breaks. We're able to get a shot as we're moving to the next drill. So it makes it easier on us, and we're able to get a lot more stuff done instead sitting around waiting for 10, 15 minutes or whatever that looks like, over there getting water or having to go fill water up. And that's something we ain't got to worry about. So I really thank all the girls for, all the hard work they do. And it really helps our program out.
Coach, I was going to put you on the spot and have you to name them all, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that to you. Put you on the spot.
We have 7 or 8, and I'd say somebody's name wrong or forget somebody. So it's really just thank them for what they do for us, and it really makes my job and this coaching staff's job easier.
Then the last person I want to give a shout out to, which hasn't had a whole lot to do this year, and we're thankful for that. And that's Miss Anna, the trainer that you got that comes to all the games and helps do the taping and all that. She does a fantastic job as far as helping out, not just taping, but if somebody's got blood on the uniform, she's there on Johnny on spot to get it off and get the blood off and everything. So I want to give a shout out to her, and I know you do as well.
Yeah, she does a great job Friday night. And, actually, she's been a little bit busier than we'd like to see her, throughout the week. All the guys we have hurt, I like, when we ain't got to send a lot of guys to the trainer because we have everybody at practice. So, but she does a great job of really getting the guys, getting them ready to play. When they have injury on Friday, she's got a protocol for them and stuff for them to be doing, until they're able to, whether they have to miss Monday or Tuesday or whatever that looks like, to try to get them back ready for Friday. So she does a great job, and we thank her for everything she does for us.
Absolutely. And Coach, it's that time of the show. We'll just go ahead and let you give a few shout outs, and we'll let you get out of here and get ready for Plainview coming Friday night.
Yeah, we're like I said, we're excited for everybody to come out Friday and really be loud and get there early and stay late. And when we walk off the field, hopefully everybody, all our fans, are excited for a big rival, a big win. So we're gonna continue to improve next day or two, and whatever the weather does Friday, we'll be ready for it. And we won't have any excuses because we can't control what happens with the weather, but we just have to do what we can do and come out and play hard and just do what we're coached to do, and hopefully we'll have a good night.
Absolutely. Any personal shout outs you want to give out before we get going?
Yeah, I'll bring my wife and my son Grayson, and he's wide open now. He's been in a couple of games. He likes looking at everybody, and he's still trying to learn all that kind of stuff, and he's just wide open. So we'll get home here in a minute, and hopefully be able to play with him for a minute before he gets in the bed. So he goes to bed early, so he stays busy all day and gets in the bed early. So, I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned something a couple of weeks ago that he had a little bit of a surgery. Is he doing okay after that? Everything good?
Yeah, had a little kidney blockage, and they went in there, and all that's good now. So, he's doing much better.
Good deal, Coach. Anything you want to promote before we get out of here? Are y'all doing any fundraising right now or anything like that?
we don't have nothing really going on right now, but we'll crank it back up. Hopefully January, February. So we still got a little bit of time, but just come to the game Friday and be loud, and we're just excited Friday and excited to continue to improve and really executing and really, like I said, we're starting. Hopefully, we're climbing that mountain. So hopefully, it's that good time of the year start peaking. So we're excited to see how we play Friday and just continue to get better.
Absolutely. And for the ones that don't know, the band will be performing Saturday at Iberville at the Iberville marching competition at 11:20, I think, is when they're going to take the field. So if anybody's in the Iberville area, go by and support the band. And I think it costs $5 to get in. And a lot of the DeKalb County bands are going to be in there as well. Plus, Marching Southerners is going to be down there, I think, at 5 o'clock putting on the performance. So, but I'm sure the band would appreciate if anybody that's in the area come by and support them as well, because this is their, I guess you call it, this is their game. They go out, and if they do a good enough job, they're going to get trophies. And if they don't, then they'll work even harder to work on it for the next time. So, anyway, this is Coach Tanner Nelson here. Good luck to you Friday night, and we'll see you on the sideline.
Thank you. We look forward to it.
I'm the Howie Chaney along with Coach Nelson. Good night, and God bless everybody. We're still live. Randy hadn't hit the end button. He was listening, but he's we'll just keep on talking until he ends it, Coach. How about that? So, do y'all do a lot of weightlifting through the season, or how does that take place?
Yeah, we work out 3 days a week. It's kind of what we do throughout the season. So, then we have you get recovery and film and walkthroughs, and we stay very busy. So there's a lot of stuff kind of goes into getting to Friday. Throughout the week, a lot of people don't see. It ain't just you show up Friday and play. You got all this stuff starts Saturday morning, really. Where game planning, then you got film and recovery and ice baths and all that. A lot of stuff goes into it to get these guys where they're ready to play Friday.
That's one thing I meant to ask you as far as, Aiden carried the ball 47 times a couple of weeks ago. How do you try to get him recovery on that next day, or is that up to him, or what?
Well, he does. He does a great job of getting his body right. Eating right and hydrating and doing all them kind of things, and icing throughout the week, and just all that stuff that goes into it. It takes you got to have a champion mindset, and he definitely has that. He wants to be the best, and he works hard. He works hard at it. So hats off to him and everything he does, and we're proud of him and proud of the leader he is, and he's going to continue to grow for us, and hopefully we still have a long season ahead of us. So
it's not just him, but the offensive lineman, defensive lineman, all that stuff. I mean, they battle all night long as well, and they got to take care of their bodies as well.
Right. It's one of the things where you're gonna have little injuries here and there, and you just got to ice, and you got to work hard, and some of that goes back into working out, working out hard with the weight in the weight room, and some of that kind of takes away from a couple of them things that your body's built up, and that can take a beating. It's a long season, so that's why we work out hard in off season to get ready for our bodies to be able to take the punishment it's going to take on Friday night, and at practice. We're we feel like we're a physical team, so we have to get our bodies right throughout the week, and to be ready to go Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. I know there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it and everything, and I was just curious about what happens as far as, like on Saturday, do you have the players come in and do anything, or is that just kind of on their own?
They just kind of do Saturdays on their own. So, that's kind of what we've done. I don't know if that's right or wrong. That's kind of we've done it in the past, but they come in Saturday morning and but we've been pretty good so far this year about the players kind of icing and therapy and all that kind of on their own. So it ain't at where we have to say, well, we have to make them come in, because they've done a pretty good job so far.
So as long as they do good on their own, they can continue to be on their own then. That's good. And on Sundays, y'all watch film. Do y'all watch it as a team, or is it just coaches?
Yep, just coaches on Sunday. And Monday, and then we have our film study and all that. We come in early and do all that kind of stuff to get ready for the week.
So sounds like you got it under control and everything looking good, and bright things coming up for Sylvania in the future. Of course, they can go on Huddle and watch film anytime they want to, right?
Right. Everything's on Huddle. They have access to it, so we have it up Friday night, so they can get on there pretty quickly when they get home and get on there and watch it and start seeing what they done wrong and ways to improve. And most of them, they come in on Monday and they say, well, we done this and this wrong. So they already know, and they got a lot of football smarts, and they know kind of what they done wrong and what they need to do to improve on it, and just trying to be better, and great leaders and pushing themselves to hopefully we have a long season.
So what does that mean to you when players come in and say, well, Coach, I saw on this play here, I should have did one thing, but I did something else. How does that mean? What does that mean to you?
To me, it means they care that, that the first time they're hearing something is something that, we're telling them during film study. They already kind of know what they done wrong, and they're asking questions how to improve on what they done wrong and ways to fix it and ways to be better. So, we're, it's kind of, they want to do good, and they want to, everybody gets on there and they watch a lot of tape, and they know what the opposing team's doing, and hopefully they just can go out and react, and not a lot of thinking come Friday.
So how often do you go on to the Huddle and see how often they're watching, or do you ever do that?
I do it some, but every time you get on there, you can tell they're eating it up, and they come in asking a lot of questions. So I mean, you ain't got to. It's a good group, and they get on there, watch a lot of tape, and they're talking to all our coaches and talking about whatever it is, and their position groups and all that kind of. So they do a great job of that, and there's not a lot of we have to get on there and do any type of punishment for people not watching it, because they do a great job with it.
It's awesome. Yeah, something I meant to bring up a while ago. We're still live, so I'll just bring it up right now. When Aiden come to the sideline after every one of his touchdowns, he went to each and every lineman and everybody out there and thanked them for what they did, the blocking that they did, and even if somebody even went above on the block or something, he's like, "Hey, you did a great job by turning this guy to whichever way he turned him." You don't see that very often in high school football.
No, them guys up front, they do a great job, and they block hard and play hard, and they want it bad, and they've had a couple of injuries, and they're kind of all just now getting back to where they're kind of healthy, and we kind of have a starting group out there. So we just really we're glad for them for the work they put in, and I know Aiden is, and Griffin is, and all them guys back there running the ball and throwing the ball. So they do a great job for us. And anytime we can end the night when Griffin, his jersey's clean, that's usually a pretty good night for us. So we got 7, 8 guys, and we feel confident enough they can get out there and get after it. So they just need to continue to work and continue to improve, and work on themselves up front, and especially Friday, there's going to be several different fronts they give us, and we just we got to know what to do when they give that to us.
Without naming who it may be or anything like that, do you have vocal leaders that just will tear into somebody when they see something that's not right?
Yeah, we got a couple of vocal leaders, and we got a couple of guys who lead by example. So it's kind of a good balance of guys who do a little bit of everything. So that's kind of what a good team needs. A player-led team goes a lot further than a coach-led team. I think that's kind of what it's been, forever. If it has to be the coach having to get everybody fired up or able to do it, then it's gonna, that's when things get tough, they're gonna quit. So I think we have a great leadership, and we have great guys who they push each other, and they want to be great. So just great leaders, and who push these younger guys, and when they get their chance, they're ready to go in and ready to make plays.
I know that during the Holly Pond game, a lot of the younger kids got in there and was able to play, and a lot of the starters was helping them when they come off to the sideline answering questions and explaining to them, hey, you should have done this or done it this way or something like that. And that's got to be great for the coaches to know that there's someone else there to help them as well.
Yeah, it really means a lot. Them guys, somebody you look up to, and that older guy. Whenever that's what you want to be here in a year or two, and you're pushing yourself to be that guy, or just overall, just to, a lot of work goes into it, and they say that that senior works hard, and he's a great leader and works hard in the weight room and does all this stuff right, and it just sets a good example for all the younger guys. And when they get up there, they're able to show them younger guys what they, kind of the right ways to do things and all that kind of stuff.
I don't know how much time I'll be able to talk to you before the game like I normally do this week. John said I have to take over for him. He's not going to be there, so I got to be the get back coach for you and Coach Little. So I'll probably stay at home till the last minute to try to get some rest, because it's a lot of running around keeping you and Coach Little off the field.
Yeah, just make sure you get hydrated, and you stretch good. We already blew John's bicep out this year, so just be stretched and be ready to go.
I'll do my best. I'm not going to carry Roman. If you're watching, man, I'm not carrying your towel around for you like John does, but I'll do whatever I can to help out and keep y'all off the field, and keep all the players back. So, Coach, I guess Randy's not going to end this for us, so we're going to end it on our own. Everybody come out to Plainview High School Friday night, 7:00 for the kickoff. It's going to be a great game, and so for the last time, it's Coach Tanner Nelson. I'm Howie Chaney. We're just going to leave the studio and let Randy finish it later on, Coach. So good night. God bless everybody. And, Coach, we will see you Friday night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.